Once upon a time, there was a yellowed sign hanging in Bob Thompson's weathered barn over on Flagdale Road. It read like this: "Want to see new places? Meet new people? Screw up one more time." The fact that I'm here today calls into question the veracity of that posting, because of all of those incorporated into the Quail Valley Farm universe and business model. Surely I have certainly screwed up more than most. But somehow he kept me on in the various roles he'd assigned to me. For you see, all of us here have had our roles in Bob's life. But this morning I want to pay special tribute to the Frog Ponders, Bob's neighbors on Marietta and Flagdale Roads. Rick and Marilyn had their roles. John and Ray had theirs. John McGahee III once helped move quail chicks from the brooder to the flight pens. In picking up the brooder box, John also scooped up a handful of unhappy black snakes, curling and writhing to the heat. John, as John would do, never let go of that box. The snakes dropped away. The birds were moved to their new home, and for years, on the 4th of July, John had a date with Bob as a designated brooder busser. This was all brought into focus for me a couple of years ago when there was a burned-out light bulb over the kitchen table. I ventured to change it, but Bob quickly shut me down. "I'll call Mike." So, Mike, I tried, but I was not qualified for your position as bulb swapper outer, coyote scout, golf cart maven, and light mechanic. And woe betide he or she who left after a visit to Quail Valley and did not follow protocol to, quote, "give Mike at the corner a toot," unquote, when driving by. There was order in the life Bob had arranged for himself down here. He bought his dispatch every morning at the hardware, took his mail from an angel named Sunshine, and the only ham salad worth eating was made fresh each Monday at Lewis's grocery by another of Bob's angels, the one he called the Mayor, Junction City. Horses were always gated, gun dogs had long tails, shotguns were allowed to hold but 2 shells, and the only sports we watched were collegiate, or on occasion the Dodgers or Yankees, and we closely followed the fortunes of Ohio State, Navy, and Notre Dame football and basketball. Music was a mix of bluegrass, Lawrence Welk, and all things Sinatra. Comedy was Seinfeld and Everybody Loves Raymond, both of which Bob knew backwards and forwards. And they stopped making movies after The Sound of Music and My Fair Lady. Born in Marion, raised in Bexley, gone to war in the Pacific, home again to Columbus to work alongside his dad, it might seem like Bob spent his retirement a long way from home. Well, he didn't. For you see, only long after he bought his property in the early 70s did Bob learn that his paternal great-great-great-grandfather, Irish Billy Thompson, was buried in an overgrown country cemetery close by. So whether it was at the Mule Show over in New Lex, at the Legion in Junction, or sitting in the warm kitchen kept by the Gingrich family, when Bob was in Perry County, he was home. I found this card after Bob had passed, tucked alongside the Mrs. Dash on the kitchen table, in his handwriting, and it's headed this way: "My life at Quail Valley. Country air, country food, quietness, a social setup approaching but not quite achieving solitude, and enough work, not too violent, to give a physical purpose to your daylight hours." Bob was a great student of history. He kept a bust of one of his heroes, Teddy Roosevelt, on his bookshelf, and kept this quotation from TR, as he liked to call him, hanging on the wall. Probably as much as anything he ever shared with me, it sums up what he believed were his core values. We loved a great many things: birds and trees and books and all things beautiful, and horses and hunting and children and hard work, and the joy of life. Bob was an expert fly rod angler, a crack wing shot, and one of the most effective dog trainers I've ever known. He was a teacher, too, and from David Dryden to the Bonzars to Bob Starkey to Cody to the Midall boys, he took great pride in mentoring good kids into all that he found good in life. I would tell you that one of Bob's proudest moments was when Cody Vore became a Marine. For to use a word that our culture has badly battered, Bob Thompson was a staunch patriot. He believed serving one's country to be one of the highest callings any man or woman could have. We learned about another high calling over the past several months when hospice and the staff at the inn of Fairfield Village came into our lives. And if I try to name all of you who lifted us up every day, who hung in there with us when we were not the most amenable team in residence, who comforted us when we were sure that no comfort could be found, who refused to say no, who refused to take no for an answer, who refused to let us go when we most needed help, I want to thank all of you for all you taught us about living and serving and about dying, surrounded by love, grace, and dignity. One of the most humbling gifts in my life has been that Bob Thompson called me friend. I'm sure glad that old sign was a bluff.